back once again. It is I, yours truly, the maniac, Thando Lwethu Keith Nkonya, and I'm back with another one as we continue our journey through the concrete jungle. I am here with Lukhanyo Mazokwe as he continues his story. Just offline before we started this recording, he was telling me on how he wanted so long to be here, especially during the time that I had been exposed to him. I remember back when I used to have an Xbox 360. This was during COVID. And this was during that time where I had this mental shift, especially throughout my journey. But one thing that I did not stop was the fact that I knew someone was actually looking at me and they could be able to learn. So if you, brother, can start off this interview by actually telling me, you don't exist around him.
Okay, good evening, Tati. Main reason what brought me to you is that the link and omtu or clever with someone, but who's not bragging about ubu clever back, who's willing to help others. Because when those years I was failing, when I first failed, my mother Busha encouraged me a lot. Man sister art for and coaching. Through school.
Yeah, so that you can be around at least around. We'll try to encourage you.
Sure, yeah, let me put it that way. I didn't listen to her. So as time went by, I saw that there's no one there other than coach. And I said to you earlier, when I'm around you, I feel like I have that father figure.
Yes, brother.
Thing that born time I am now we're jumping up now as you. Indoda fumane za encouragement suppose this fumane time and fumana pana go at the time.
Sure.
Yeah. Well.
So kuyo yonke lento fethu, first of all, before I even continue like ukubuza about other things that you are actually facing, mna ndisendiyibulela la nto kubana fethu during that time uye wayibona la nto and much later on we realize kubana yazi awukho wedwa apha. What you are saying to me as well, Nama also went through that in a sense that I had to find the figures out there that I could actually not just look up to, but what could I learn from such men. Here comes my mentor, my brother, my friend, that is Joshua Kula, that you know as Utamenjo.
Utamenjo, yeah.
Utamenjo is married to my aunt, but Utamenjo now is also going through things.
Sure.
He's experiencing his needs up life and Almightly zange yamnika umntana wakhe. Yabo, he couldn't have kids and lilonke lena it felt like why Almightly zambeka kula position. Cha ke ngoku I come mna along. Aphinde ke ngoku achatele nalapha endlini with my aunt.
Sure.
Yabo. So finally I find myself in this predicament. I'm still young at that time. Sanongene high school. You're still trying to find your feet. You are a teenager, Amos. You want to delve yourself in a lot of things.
You want to fit in.
Yeah, you want to fit in.
Sure, that's it.
So I find myself now being very abusive towards my mother because dinale enga kubana why tama yami ngekho life in. Kwenzeke ntoni ukuze asishiye. But at that time I didn't realize ukuthi I was hurting my mother because andiyiboni le nhlungu that she's going through to make sure ukuthi uye was protected throughout these years. Then it so happens that your lady itache utame. By exe dinewari man nguthando man. Uthando akandimameli. Uthando yandigxothe ehokini xa ndifika phana kuhleli kugcwele apha ehokini nezitshomi zakhe. Yayibona la nto. Yabo, it even got to that point ba your lady ndandilipusha because ndinalamsindo kuba ufuna uba ngumama kum xa usele wena, which is when you are drunk you want to be a mother to me.
Sure.
There's that also made me angry to ask myself, why would my mother continue to destroy her life? But I didn't understand at that point that she was also going through pain.
She was hurting a lot.
And she was hurting a lot. But you're a teenager, Moswena. Ula phase, remember those crossroads that Kanya talked about? Many things are happening there. You want to explore, you want to do all of these things. Awufunu phila according to your rules. One thing that I also didn't take into mind was the fact that I was derailing myself. So you already have been a conversation with Tamia. Next thing, Nansle Khutman. So she has this conversation with Tamia. I'm telling by exam, man, I'm telling intervene, man.
Okay.
Light ya man, ndine worry guy. Yayibona lento. This is a person who is going through the most. Umuntu oselayo but mncinci wena ukwazi uyibona loo nto nalawe baye hayi olethi hayi yazokhelisa ngoku utheni soloko nje hayi olethi la mtheni uzawusela kokoko yayibona lawe but I'm a child, she's an adult. Ngihlalise phansi le Grootman ithi yabona vethu kuyo yonke into yenzayo you must treat your mother well. Mama akho lo apho ndayibona khona the quote that I also love these days. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family.
Yeah, that's it.
There's a reason why imayithi kunike la mama. Noba unjani, learn to love and understand that woman. Because yazibona ezingqondo nazo, cimba zisuka kubani. It's not your father alone. It be any time, but look at your mother. Your father chose to leave, but instead your mother stayed.
Sure.
So you need to respect that woman. But the first thing, look who's around you.
Your mother didn't say Apago you are the clever one. She has never mentioned that.
She didn't need to tell me that.
But she knew.
She knew. She knew abantwana bakhe babhadlile.
The mere fact that she went to Tamenjo, she knew that.
Exactly. Ba mamela, this is beyond ipower yami ngoku. I need to involve at least umoya womuntu ongutata. Yayibona lando, that is also le superpower kubhadla kwakhe because uolet lam every person endandibana naye wadu uolet la kwesikela so yempusana. Even ibrother kaTameya endala yayithizane nayo itafura wanixelela lo ugodini ufuza unyoko kodini. Fuza unyoko kodini, clever umamakho. Even it buteri lakhe lindalo utamos naye. Time endala nobiki 50s 60s ngoku. Banamba kanolithando hlakaniphile so there's mamele ezwe every time abantu benixelela because wena ubona la muntu ulinxila but abanye abantu bayakukhumbuza bakwethini wawungamboni lo muntu wena wawusomncinci ngokuya ngumedem lo awumazi wena umbona
mamakho
exact awumazi thina simazi from esigela ebuncinci into wayisenza nasikhula naye sambone ephumelela sambone echata medem lo olethi kuthiwa ekuse wayifaka abantu kwimigalelo yabo sister bakhe nobani nazo zonke ezazinto yabo ngoku ndiyangomamela ndiqonde hey I come from greatness man.
Sure.
So in most instances she didn't need to tell me ukuthi ndibhadlile because umama I don't want to lie, her neglecting me actually showed how capable I was of handling ezazinto. Now I started to listen to le Grootman. Yabo? Now I start to own the struggle that I'm actually facing. Okay, my mother, she's abusing alcohol. My family has a history of abusing alcohol. My grandfather, Uchunia Kubutela, was still alive at that time. Naye ngapha butshwala. Her sister, uLwandlekazi, umama kamamam, naye butshwala. No sister bakhe. And I'm like, hey, I'm noticing a pattern in this family. You see the distraction because no one chose to own up. But kuyo yonke lando, I saw that my mother was kind of the only fighter. She was a hard worker. We often forget in many cases how strong we are until we start to look at where we actually come from. So I looked at this woman, I'm like, no man. I need to start respecting this woman. I need to start treating this woman with respect. But where does that first come with? It starts with me. Uzithanda fethu iqala ngawe. And iqala ngoluphi uhlobo. I was like, I need to start respecting le nto ediphiweyo. Because if you don't take care of your mind, someone else will. If you don't plant seeds in this mind, andizumisa ngalanto bayi oledi lali clever, so namdi clever, so manipole. No, it's not about that. I need to put in the work. This is when I start falling in love with reading. Kanti ezinto ndizenzayo are things that my mother used to do.
Okay, I get you. That thing.
You see, you will go off path ngamanye amaxesha, like you with your failure, but eventually you will get back. Getting back means that you remember who you are. Now, you start to hear by ekse. Ole takashautisi man. Ole tufaka isigela. kuthela uhamba nobani
Yeah.
andikufuna uhlala nabani nentoni yamazi ubani wandenza ntoni nentoni ubani akakuthandi. You go from uziquestionishe ezazinto to where is this actually coming from? That is love.
Ibo tathi ingoni ingenayo ke ngoku.
You hear that?
Yeah, when I ngoku.
You hear that?
I told you most the group of friends I had before.
Yes.
So now we parted ways, we separated. So ubuso ngoku used to warn me ba wahlula ntoni nosihle. Njengosihle ngoba hlala komakwabo like bantu aba right eQueens. Ndiyosifaka kabantu engafuna ubani abadala kumba more advanced.
Exactly.
So na ndihlukene nethumi zami my same age mates. Then I went to more advanced people abantu abanengqondo abasedlule kule age kuyo.
Yes.
So yena besithi ba theni ngasike nihlayele ekhaya. Right. So mina benganderstand leyo ba you are fan ngabe na chomi.
Yeah. She's preventing me from amanphile nento.
Kanti she's showing me
exactly that is love. Luthando ole anybody who does not reprimand you doesn't love you. Umuntu okuthanda akazukuyeka mfethu emane evuyela lo nto ba uhamba nobani entoni. Yabo ndaphela ndiyimamela la uyathi ubani nobani andimfuni. Bommamela umama wakho xa isitsho kuba yabo ubani nobani andimfuni.
Yena tathi xa isithi endaweni ethile andikufuni ukuye. Akaphambenanga kayisitsho mina ubuso ndiyamanderstand akaphambenanga kayisitsho andifuni ukuya endaweni ethile. You tathile I mamela.
You see how that starts to make sense
sure, because when she used to speak with me ba don't go to that place, I know that place is very dangerous.
Yes.
I used to go and then kwenzeke away but isubi ngenzeka ngakum. Then I give her that feedback and then exactly. Say, what did I say?
And then what did I say?
Sure.
Mothers are like that, brother. You want to see God in the living sense? Look at the mother. Uthixo lo wafethu. Why ezinto basibonisha kuzo sigqibe sithi uyakuxelela kuyatshisa pha uyobamba wena. And then you get bent and then you come back and said, okay, I told you ukuthi kuyatshisa pha. Kanya made a very, 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 very important point about the mere fact that uthando lukamama is a never-ending love. It's the same love that you can associate with the Almighty uthixo.
Sure.
We were talking about umama wakho, how they always make a plan. It's not sometimes. Akabekwanga gane enhloko, but she will make a way. That is what my mother always used to do. She was drinking and doing all those things. But at the back of her mind, my kids would not go to sleep without having food in their stomach. It didn't matter umuntu ongaphandle uba uthini ngaye.
But the only thing mattered was the children.
Exactly. All 6 of us. We had 6 kids. At that time, besiba 5. Kwakho lo mncane. But at the end of the day, noba uphi, she can be drunk, but she will never forget, hey,
yeah.
I need to make sure there's a pot of food there. No matter what she went through. So that woman, every time I go through hardship, I ask the Lord to please bask me in a spirit. Kanfake kwesa spirit esisakhe that had that strength.
Sure.
So that ngikwazi ucingela. That's why your sister bam, you do anything to them, you have me to deal with. Those are my mother's kids, bruh. No matter what they do, I'm always going to be their protective armor because nam I was protected. If all it was on the and then zonke izinto zilapha phandle and ruin myself.
Yeah,
exactly. Then it become a lendo. But as I was continuing with the story, she was going through pain. Now she was ill-treated. One thing you must get up a life in when I Lukhanyo, the good things you do for people, most people abazuza returners or zinto. So expect a lot. Do good because you know that good will come back to you.
Sure,
but not in the way that you think it will. The amount of help my mother offered to her own siblings, to other people, but the moment she was down, those people turned their backs on her. And she set me down. Can you mean what you have? You can help people, but people won't help you back. But that doesn't mean don't help them.
Yeah, that you have to help them, but if they don't help back,
it's not on you, brother.
So,
it's not on you. Imaiti iyayibona inhliziyo yakho. Human beings can't do that. Imaiti iyaziva ingcingo zakho. Wakwazi ungekazalwa. Uyakwazi nento uzayicinga ngengomso kodwa ungomso akakafiki. Throughout high school, here's one thing I also learned. We are all human beings. We all have 24 hours. What matters is, what are you doing with your 24 hours? Oprah Winfrey has 24 hours. Elon Musk has 24 hours.
Sure.
Barack Obama has 24 hours. When Zandoni ngala 24 hours.
Are you productive?
Yes,
are you doing
brother.
something with that?
To help
24
you.
hours? Sure.
That is the thing. God help those who help themselves.
See, some other people, they think it's just a saying, but as time goes by, bayazibona. But you, ndikhayizile apha. Xa bezama move up sekulate.
Yeah.
But people say it's never too late.
Exactly, brother. Yes, you can go the wrong direction for so many years. All it takes is just one move. One move, brother. So ungazuzibone noba fethu you are going down the wrong path. You can go the wrong path for 20 years. But ubone ba, hey, man, I've been doing this the wrong way. Admit it. You've been doing it the wrong way. Then seek the right way for you, because it depends on who. This is something that I love about Sadhguru. Sadhguru is mystic yase India. What happens is, up until 2018, after I'd gone through a massive breakup with this girl, I start going into this thing called the hyperbolic chamber. Hyperbolic chamber, la way Dragon Ball Z, apu Goku atraina kuyo. Yabo xa kudiphendwe kuye.
Sure.
Because uGoku lithemba lokugqibela. And the anime ndiyithandela loo nto, specifically Dragon Ball Z. I had to go into the hyperbolic chamber ndikhe ndiyozifumana. Yabo ndiluze nomsebenzi goku nendoni. I have nothing to lose.
Okay, you need to find yourself. Yeah.
Yes. In finding myself, I have to sit alone and listen to all this bullshit I've been gathering all these years. This mamele. And you find yourself in that phase where awufuneka nguphendule nix. Mamele ingcingo zakho. Most of the time we don't listen to ourselves. Khayzepa. Sinxame too much uphendula. Sit down and shut up.
Like as Tina, we quick affected.
Exactly.
We don't sit down and settle and think, but okay,
what has these decisions I made led me up to?
Ndifunuza ngesixhosa like dinala namtathi mandicho lewe ithethayo ndiyayitsho ngesixhosa ngoba
yeah,
andikwazi ibeka ngeEnglish igama, but
no, it's fine. Express it ngohlobo fethu that you can express it.
Umvandedwa.
Yes.
Umvandedwa, like uzibuza umbuzo, like uphinde uziphendule na, uphinde uzibuza ba man ndenziwe into right and ndenziwe into wrong na. Uphele confront ba ibe right lento enenzileyo na kanye uphele uyocela uxolo ba wenze into wrong na. But phakathi kanjalo uphele ukuvelela ba hayi konke wrong, wenze into right Phuphalala. He went there endlini ba bengena mistakes ne. So when he went there endlini wafika ekseni, wafika belele. So ke ngokena wabavusa ekseni. So uthi ke ngokuhleli pha endlini nje bebuyile espan.
Sure.
Wazange ayifumane masimane pha endlini. Xa uhleli pha kuwe nje bebuyile espan. Nje mahleli pha nasemsebenzini uthi okay stress weliwe. Indlu manje ngaqhala ngobulisa kuyo ntoni but
kodwa ngoku extend ndiveske ndayapha ngentsasa ndayofuna uncedo. Sure.
So uthi yokena beyocela uxolo. Uyazazi ba uwrong ngoba naxa igqitha endleleni akagqitha jongo ufuna ubulisa xa ukhumta egedini. Noba like xa ugqitha ngendlela nje ubulisa njengoba
also relate nami in many aspects ngalo way.
Umvandedwa nami la ndinayo nami la wethathile.
It's normal. It happens to everyone. It happens to the best of us. Yeah. You have to be okay in Alondo. But the mere fact that you gather yourself up and go and apologize, it says something about you as the person. It means you put your pride aside. You put your ego aside, because ego is man-made. Yes. I'm also thinking about that, about humbling myself. I was listening to the podcast. Sometimes you must sit down and visit people and count your enemies. Sit with people and ask them, have I wronged you? What ways have I wronged you? Because in many instances, we are the people that prevent ourselves from ukula. because sisakherishe eziload ze-pride nazo zonke izinto. Yayibona laa nto? And it's not about that person you're apologizing to, it's about you freeing yourself. They say forgive the other person so that you can be free. You don't forgive them for them.
Uhlale nalaa nto
No,
yeah,
it's called a grudge, Londo. Nguwe that, it's like, it's madness, Lando. You drink poison and you expect me to die. Nguwe sela poison, what to expect ham naba mandife. That is what holding a grudge is. So we as forgive, bruh. The mere fact that he went and apologized, it means Ugutek said he's still in tune with the human side of who he is. As I go through this journey and sit down with people and tell me how you've wronged me. And it by Bagi podcast, but in Zokhala now and tell me how have I wronged you. Once you have told me, then I will apologize. I will tell you what is on my mind because I am doing that to free myself.
Sure.
You see, Uguti wena waitata and you tell it to other people, that's not my business. That is yours. That's why we say forgiveness, we do it for ourselves.
Yeah, to unleash yourself
and not for
crowd.
others.
Sure.
So I'm encouraging you to forgive the complacency in you. The complacency means the person that sees less in you. Because uhamba nje ungumntu, there are times where you see the best kuwe, and sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. So the person in you that sees less in themselves, please forgive that person. You ever embrace them. And then there's this thing called the shadow. The shadow is what? It's all the evil things that we think.
All the negative.
Yes,
stuff.
brother. Because one thing about us as human beings, we are all capable of doing evil. We don't follow through on that evil. There are times where someone wrongs you and you want to kill them on the spot. That is your shadow saying,
Yeah. Not realizing consequences you're gonna
exactly.
face.
But that's why I'm forgive Lando, because I'll get to that point where you've given your shadow so much strength, then you follow through by killing that person. Yeah, but I got no wrong of wanting to kill Vetu. What's wrong is when you follow through on those thoughts. So it goes back and go to Lando Bana. How many thoughts run through your mind that you actually follow through on? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, man can focus like way because it's not that those thoughts don't cross your mind. They do.
They do.
Which ones do you entertain?
The positive.
Exactly. That is what your focus is supposed to be. In your head, there are two dogs. One dog is willing to fight when necessary. The other dog always fights. Which one are you feeding? Be that person. Remember la way equip cartoons, the angel and the devil. No man. No, suyenza Lord. Because there are gonna be repercussions of this matter, of this matter, of this matter, of this matter. You see?
The repercussions, the consequences.
Yes. This is promo. You see,
like
I love that Guti. You're taking these words. Sometimes Abanyaban they get I bauta Thailand to know. I'm giving you homework so that certain words also understand. Okay, is that what it actually means? Ungaziboni inferior nawe because namdahlala ngenimamele nabanye abantu you're out. Wait, because the person who's actually dumb is the one that doesn't ask the questions. Back to that thing you said, you are clever, but awuqhayisi ngoba uclever bakho. Because to omnye umntu wena, ubuclever bakho is going to be a threat. That's why you have to be dumb. You have to be a fool to catch a fool. Ibasistenge nawe. Uvumelana nawe. Nyanisile.
Etathi okay nayibona le way ke uthetha ubudenge. It's like a game of chess.
Exactly. Mind games, baba. Life is a game, bruh. You have to play this game wisely.
I went to go and see Umi Swam Lebenqela ngaye, so I bought her away.
Exactly.
So,
Thank you for following through on that.
Sure.
Diamond, you made the intentions.
Yeah, that's
We
it.
recorded and you said that on the episode. And look what happened now.
But the main reason I forgot my report,
Yeah.
bamanisepa. So, chema ndifikile pa ndifike kukho bonke abamiss but yena ngekho sesibhedlele, so banxele basesibhedlele machine number yami. So bayamulibambana bemfuna pa bachaze bangulukhanyo. Lukhanyo. Hayibo, Lukhanyo befela ntoni yo. Qha bamxelele bona ba bethe uzofuna ukubonisa ireport yakhe. Ethuke naye ba report yakhe noba ufuna ukubonisa ntoni? Yapasa, yafela. Ngako sure. Ndiphume ke ndiye ko-Mr. Tsengiwe ndibaxelele bangandibelieve hayi ndiyayipasa ngoku kaloku bona banazi yazifeyili yamosibona.
Exactly.
So ndathi kubo last year mna ndisiyeka isikolo manje bandifeyila ngoku kakhulu ndifeyila oko mosuku bona ke bazokothuka ngoku xa ndizobaxelela uba ndiyapasa bathi bandibelieve bafuna ubona ireport. So ndithi okay akho ngxaki nge-12 umiss Ifendile bendiyombona uzobe right recovery shield. So uthi ba ndizeke ndiye phana report.
Sure.
Ndiyombonisa ndathetha naye ka-Facebook yeah right. Umiss Hamza sibuyela kule weki ngotathalela le yesikolo. Umiss Hamza bengikhe nahlala naye izolo ngoba bendiphana ndihleli naye andivelele ba hayi Lukhanyo wena dala ndakubona wena for these years but it was the company you are with.
Okay. You become who you surround yourself with.
Sure.
Exactly. There are some people in many positions, before you continue with this story, that they don't see the person who you could be. They are only seeing who you are now. You can continue.
And as I sat down with Miss Hamza, then we had this chat, and then I went to the deputy principal, which is Miss Lombard, the teach EMS. As I walked in that office, Othuke and Aibo, I'm familiar with this face, but you got more thinner now. The tears misses people at Tagalog.
Yes.
As time goes by.
The body is forming.
It's forming. Hey, Amalomdani bengacingi kanje lo mntana man. Hey, you are matured now, you see, you can see you are big now. You see, yes, miss. I'm getting old now and I can see my mistakes. Why are you here again? I came here to see all my teachers. And especially I was here for Mr. Fendi. I've been Mr. Fendi is in hospital. They took her in last week. She had heart disease, but she had the disease from last year. What she had, and then this whole year she was alright. I think that Mr. Fendi, she stresses a lot.
Yes.
Because nam ngoben pa last year, even right for nyaka wonke, but close to term 3, term 4 ba kuzo kalu term 4 ya pel term 4. Ubane disease lapha. Kuye ke intestines or but lapha ngaphakathi esuswini kuye emzimbeni.
Sure.
And then noba se stress se marks ngoba uyathanda utitsha nyani
umsebenzi. And ukhuthele ne.
Ukhuthele yeah. That's why nami nendoni ngifumanela encouragement kuye for iminyaka. Zange ndimamele na ngoku nje manje imdala ndakwazi ukuhlala phansi ndicinge mina. La bengithetha ndedwa.
Exactly. Yeah. Because once you sit down, you start to receive longe la information, and at that point, it didn't matter. Yeah. So,
so I'm glad babendile pa esikolweni ndahlala nabo Miss Hamza no Miss Lombard thetha nabo bandivelele ba wena you saw a potential apha kuwe.
Exactly, Machi.
But you it was a company you were with.
Yeah, and you needed to go through ezazinto. Nami mfethu, I've always seen you as that guy. You are very smart, mfethu. The mere fact that you are recording an episode with me, and the things that you are seeing in me are the things that I'm seeing in you as well. Utameya always tells me, but it's not about age, it's about mindset.
Introduction.
Yes.
I've been wanting to be here for so many years. Before manubene Xbox one PS2 netatile.
Sure.
So dlala PS2 apha manubiza sihlale apha. Ayindimi sidodwa masumuntu omncinci apha. So I used to sit down then ilithanda masifumba le wheat.
Yeah.
So xa nihleli bengqondo yo hayi wathi ndimncinci man.
I wonder once I get to actually smoke this sweet
smell I was too occupied because I smell bendisithanda. Bona kanjaya besolo lapha phakathi nami ikhangela ismell khangelesa smell but ngoku nje manje imdala ngona man xa ngihleli abantu abanje abachayayo baveske bamamela imiculo bangathethi bengenza izinto ezithile mina tathi I'm willing to buy ntoni senze iway senze iway productive ngoba siyachaya ngoku but we must be productive kula xesha
njengoliyeza lethu elia
njengovita Tyler uviya ngxelo vi you can do anything you want to do but just don't smoke and just laze around. You must smoke and be productive.
Fire to Uvi. Now I need to have Uvi podcast so that as a born by exe umsebenzi waka uphelele imandleni fethu yabo you guys uyibonile how important what she was doing but uyayiqaphela kubana you do not learn from someone ohleli phansi. You're always learning from a person who's in motion. I was in motion as well. Now I'm also learning from people that are in motion, and they will always tell me, "Mamela, never settle. You must never settle." Leo yaziyo, sutimba is saver next week. No, go and learn some more. Yeah, but when I started to open up myself to that, now kukama khutmana 40 plus, kukama only 80, everybody, because life agana formula fethu. That's one thing I want you to get. It's a do-it-yourself project. I'm sure buke wasibona status sami esibhalwe. Life is a do-it-yourself project. Nami ngithathe komnye umuntu, and someone espan namhlanje asked me, Thando, how do you do all of this? And I said I will accredit it to the information I exposed myself to. The moment you start to love knowledge, the moment you start to fall in love with life, the moment you start to understand that through mistakes, lessons come.
I'm sure.
You see, I had to play with girls to know that, hey, playing with girls is not going to take me anywhere. I had to be with the wrong friends for me to see, these friends are not going to take me anywhere. Sure. You had to go through as a zindo now. So that was born by Exa? No, man. I'm going back to the way you is. So what happens in the hyperbolic chamber? Hyperbolic chamber in my head is me sitting with my thoughts, telling me,
okay, that's it. Hyperbolic chamber,
hyperbolic chamber. Translate in terms of like utando. It's not an English word.
Okay.
Hyperbolic chamber. Ilaweni itataki Dragon Ball Z. It's la player ku Goku ayakuyo to train. And utrainer laban, trainer yedwa. Hyperbolic chamber, when you refine it as you sitting alone, good and bad. But pana awuyophendula. Uyomamela cha. Whether ezancingo zikuxelela kuba ekse untshwempu vethu. Whether ezancingo zithi ekse yabo ukapile apha. Wenze amasimba apha. Remember besike sathetha ku part 2 lo uphume namhlanje about iwena izenza kwimate. Yayibona nawe? There's a ways ezafika nazo hyperbolic chamber. Awuthi uyiplay. Oyikaka yonke vethu. Because ubana la macheri angayi10 wena awucimba baba kwenza tswembu except which is ubuclever bamndabusebenzisa for into eziroko then ayitsho la. I had to ukuthi ndihambe through la way. So what happens ngoku ndiqalisa ukungena kwezwe. Kole yakhe internet man ndingene lento. Dasipana by call center. Xa call center ndibane nale mate. Yabo ine out yakhe.
So
the out yakhe xaba nomnana wabalisela itsotsi yakhe ba yekse. Kole out man ispan. Hey ayibhadlile kaka ndizanga ayibona itsotsi. Uyafunda lo mjita hey akhona angayazi. Mjita and suggested by eksamamela search ubani.
Ilokile
Uqedisa nge-information nge-media yakhe yabo. Amanye amajita athungela weba yuhale mate tswembu uthanda ukuthini engangeni mate. Uyawazi amanye amajita imfundo kokuqoma. Ndikonexe. Andikokula phase. I-phase enguyo is dizinceda njani, how do I heal myself, because ndafika pha i-call center jonga ndabanyisa fethu. Jonga ndazixelela 3 months ngena thanda uzofunda yonke into isebenza njani. You're gonna respect everyone, young, old, mlungu, lawu, ntoni, oklinayo nento, you're gonna respect everybody. Because now you have an opportunity ukuthi uziqalele kabutsha. This guy wanifaka kwezwe manje sithi uhamba usearch into ethile. Yenza into ethile xa ugqithisa information ngemedia yakhe. Fike kule ka Sadhguru. hey ayijonga ngosendimamela abantu ngoku bandixelela about accept the body, I must take care of the body, I must meditate. Hey manje ngixelela ngale nto ukuba what you send out there you're gonna get back. Iqalise kangokwezwe xa kunzima eqaleni, hey ukuhlala phansi, I have to meditate. Hey bona uba incingo zakho up and down xa uhlale phansi xa nje benzenze ezwe olethi liyamamela apha yamamele olethi hey ayihlale ngenye imini hey olethi ekuse ajonge wayinyela nyanga la mina bathi intoni ezizimamelayo apha ekuseni okoko yazi ndakumamela wena andimazi nomazi nalo tata man khawuyeke olethi yabo khawuyeke olethi hayi bothanda uqala nini ukwenza izinto ngokwena angazokwenza into eziphambeneyo apha nendoni kanti ngelaa xesha ndiyathestwa uyayifuna le wina uyayifuna le wina ezidlula inyanga kusenzima 2-3 months idlule 6 months boom ndilose esi span xa ndaqonqa man I have nothing to lose man ngene fully kule way bona uba ekuse every time ndiku-YouTube eli xesha mane ndinishiya apha ndinqanda iividiyo zalaa tsotsi ebusuku ndimamele ezawuyi because ntoni ndifuna uba ngcono njebe ndisenze ezwe jonge oledi hayi uyandokhela still xa kufike le mini yabo azixelele uba man kudala ndisiva lo tata kandikhe ndihlale phantsi xa ufike ngenye imini ndimeditate I'm sure nensuku ufika nizodlala igame ndifike ndihleli phantsi
ndafika mna
wafika ngalaa mini wedwa oledi yafika ndihleli ngalaa pozi xa uyathetha yena nam xa ukile ngalaa mini qondo uyanya lo zawugqiba le wendiyenzayo andizuyihoya yonke loo nto njebe ndisenza laa way hey ahlala apha phantsi
ndithela phezulu mosithi
exactly ndibhizi pha exactly hey umane sithi oledi hey zezi zinto zenzayo ezi uthando batheni qonda ndifuna uhleka ngaphakathi xa ingqondo yami kule way ndiqonda ke uyaxoka oledi
afuna ukuhlekisa
uzixelele fana nosista bam ndingabhizi ndimeditator apha umntu angene qha ndiyamazi uba okay ngumuntu noba uzothatha into ethile uyayibona lawe angena aphinda aphume andibinayo nalayo yoma ndimphendule because ingqondo yam uba focus the mind mamela iingcingo zakho at that moment sure lidlula ixesha gqibe ke ngoku faka iividiyo zakhe heyi aba excel leyo endandiyimamela ngalaa mini imhitu olethi kabe qala umbona ke ngoku umjida enye time ineentshebe ezimhlophe inenkqayi athi thando ngulo tata kanti uqala umamela lo hayi ndihleke oledithi oledi nguye lo athi mntanam habe ndicimba uzawuyeka andiyazi all this time heyi usadgura bethetha eziwe zo-life nentoni yo mntanam kanti lo tata uthetha ngezinto yabo that is when ke ngoku my mother's mind started to change ukuthi ekuse unyana wama ke senguye laa mntu kaloku oledi before wayindiqhele ngulo wayitshintshatshintsha amatsheri andibone ndifaka lo nentoni sasixabana nentoni but now I'm no longer that guy apha ibone khona because this is my first year yoba indoda sekumakhwalasi ngelaa xesha but abona uba unyana wam utshintshile man akasenguye laa mntu then she start becoming accepting of who I was qhawuka kwakhe oledi nento hlala phantsi avese kandivulele iway khule ngolu hlobo mntanam nentoni at the back of my mind I'm like nazi eziweyi kudala ndandifuna uzazi
nazo
yayibona la way
abungatshintshanga ke ngoku bengazuzivelela
exactly to me it felt like she was waiting for me to be in a state of non-judgment because meditation taught me ukuthi you are not your thoughts and your thoughts are not you. Your thoughts are only there to guide you. What matters is what are you putting your focus on kuzo zonke ezaa ngcingo. So I have this mantra that I love, ndiyithathe kuSadhguru. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. Icontainer lena. This will come back to earth. Into ebalulekile liqweqwe eli lizobuyela phi umnikazi. My mother is guiding me from the spiritual realm. We're in the physical now because we are a body. And you know what this body is? It is a heap of food. This is a collection of ever since wazalwa. this will return. That's what kuthiwa emhlaba emhlabeni. These are the things that we started for granted. But once I started to learn about this spirituality and how you need to take care of the spirit, then I started to see, okay, he said, I will make man in his own image, which is Utiko is what you want him to be.
Sure.
But do not forget that you have what he has. The Creator put in you the power that he had when he decided to breathe into you. But what gave you life? It's when he
blew you away.
Exactly. You have been creating life. Why are you busy looking for a God up there? But you are the God. You create your life with your thoughts. So I started to take care of this. That is when I started to create. You are a creator, my brother. You've been creating life. And that failure that you went through, you created it. Take full responsibility for it. Because if you didn't, I woke up telling this story. You could have been somewhere else. Now, if I didn't take responsibility, the year 2012, when I was begging my mother, what do you mean I'm going to fail? You have been eating imali. On top of that, going with the wrong crowd. We have to face the reality, Kuti. I brought this onto myself. I need to fix it. Myself. So any mistake that you make in life, it is your responsibility to rectify it. Regret is forever. Walk onto the streets now and you listen to people's conversation full of regrets. Hey, bandanthen lapha ngoku. Bandanthen lapha ngoku.
Ilaweli ngayifuniyo ba iqale ndlindlela uba indoda kuze ndizozibona ba yaphi ndiye ba.
Do not put Lando on an event. Do not think you becoming a man all of a sudden ingqondo zizawuza. No, it must start that moment ucinga ngayo.
Sure.
Which is after the second failure, you were like, no man. Iyo ngoku. Kanti ngiqalisa ukhangela nabanye abantu. Ke ndimamele nje iclue endiyifumana nake olate. Bayekuse hamba uyiya, hamba yakuthathayo, hamba yako-art. Yabona, you came to the people that went through the same thing you went through. You are like attracts like. Because you think like me.
Sure.
Do not think that you are not like me. You are exactly like me. I'm like Usungsnam, I'm like Upens, I'm like Ubuche, and everybody else that I have in my life, because you attracted them. You attracted that person. It's not about basihlala apa song, because Lukhanyo watch, do you know sihlala apha engingqine one. But once it's cool, hey, bonumdu bambi parts against different. Because ukula oko. Do not be afraid of outgrowing abantu. You outgrew certain things. That's why I'm not zenzi anymore. I couldn't be that guy Lando at 16, at 26, even at 36. I'm not going to be doing things I used to do at 26. And I was only 26 last year. The older I get, the more responsibility I must take on. Because once you take responsibility, people rely on you. The more people rely on you, the more freedom you will have. The problem is when nobody relies on you. When you are untrustworthy. I don't need to be doing this. But these kids, man, I come to faka into these kids. That is also one of the things that actually drives me. You gotta tell others, but tathayile into anenzele yona yayibona
And
then kuzaba khona lo nobuyi-1 uzawuba nomtsalana aqonda uba hey yambona Lukhanyo because it's a combination of
Sure.
all these people ayindim ndedwa nam kukhona wenza the same thing elifini yakho that I'm doing for wena. Do not think amandla akho aphelele endaweni. Your story matters, brother. That is why I had to go to ukuhlalise phansi ndithi do this. Tell the world about who you are. Abantu fethu are so afraid of talking about what they went through, their mistakes. That's why ndaqala ngam with the podcast.
yebo tathi ngiphinde ngibuyele way before the figure ezweni isithithayo ngokapha bekusuppose ngihlala nethama yami ndixele ba ngiyilungiseke into engazenzanga
Yes.
nayo endilungisekiwe ibe ngafundi izenze like before siguqulane ngolife bangoku you are the very first person but even now mama akasazi story I'm been through
Exactly.
but yakwazi unibona yena into qala uvelela izwena through the podcast and I'm very grateful that you not judgmental but you hear a story some.
Yes, I'm very honored as well, Fit, because I know how judgmental people can get. It gets to me now, Fit, because I went through the same thing. People telling me, awukwazi uba clever ngolu hlobo wahlelo zezinto. Ndithi inhlupheko fethu ayikhethi mntu. I did not choose ukuthi ezi struggles ndihambe through zona, but the one thing that I've always empowered myself ngayo is the fact that imight indibeke apha for a reason. Indilungiselela for into yam. They are only here to prepare me for what's mine. Uhambe through le nto uhambe yona so that you can be prepared for what is yours. So that is also the one thing that I also admire about you, Guti. You took the decision. You made the decision. Because you're not going to grow any younger, Fit. We are growing older. Abanye are very tall. But their actions, they're not like that. That's not your business. Learn from them. Learn from the fool on the street. Learn from the wise one there, because oyena mntu namava, mava is wisdom.
Okay.
Oyena mntu namava ngulo ubetheke kakhulu. Ndibethekile. Sizobetheka fethu. Now uzobetheka, so ubethekile.
So many people
Everyone has gone through something. I come to perfect. The person who is perfect is the one that made us.
Creator.
So when a human being judges you, sumsola, uzojudgwa kwa yena. Wena focusa kule yakho, ulungisa into zakho, learning from people such as myself. Because that is the person on a control over yena. Awuna control over ubani uyakuthanda nendoni. You did not come here to please abantu fethu. If people don't like you, it means there's something right you are doing. The problem is when everyone likes you. That is the problem. Uthemba uzothanda umuntu wonke.
Nyata tile.
Indoni, formula yoyuzwa ke leyo. You become a mat, they walk all over you. Because if you do not stand for something, sorry, you will fall for anything. You have taken the steps to believe in something and said, yabona mna angizuphosela towel. Every time you're going there, washing those sneakers, I am not gonna stop. I am not gonna be a victim. I am gonna be a victor. I-victor ke yalwa every day. Because awuyazi lampi. Yabona mhlanje busiya empini, you're wearing your uniform.
Oh.
I greeted you. I was actually doing what? I was saying, go forward, go and fight, Baba.
Okay,
Kakhe, which means Kubo. That is what we must be. You must be a fighter, you must be a warrior, you must be a general. Because once you become a male, you could have been a female. Nama could have been a female, but the Lord gave you that. As men, we must be able to take the pain and persevere. Persevere means trying all over and over and over again. Up until yes. You fall, you get up again. You fall, you get up again. You fall, you get up again.
Sure.
Just to close this off, we had a very painful conversation, namhlanje, with a colleague of mine about how people think you are working and they think life is easy for you. Siyempini ba, siyolwa nabantu. Umuntu ucima ba xa upha it's smooth sailing. Azibone yena uba ulapha. But uthi the biggest thing that hurts them, this girl, lento beyithetha, is the fact that lo muntu uyavuka every morning abukele thina siphangela. Abukele thina senza yonke lento. Uhleli usonga izandla. Enye uFruitman yathi mina benohlala elokishini if benokwenza 200 ngemini. Eyona nto eniphamanisayo ube selokishini ungangeni nix, ndingabi na nix. No. So it's rather that ndiphakame apha. Ikhona laa nto ezixelela ya ndizosipana namhlanje. Ubethe u-12 qonda uba yas utele ngaendile mani esipana.
Uvike lewe esneakers uthi ke kum ke mamelani noba ungathi like gqabe isikole like kunzima ufumana umsebenzi akho mali yoba mawuye university kokweni like uqomba noba ungatrokwa sindaweni ethile eqonda uhleli uyafika nawe kule ndawo unqoza umakhelwane so neskill mosohlamba iteki
Sure
ngazela umakhelwane amani mame nje noma ipingisi sepiteki ezi2 ibethela nje siskill lesiya
yes
sivulile business yakho business yakhula kulo ndawo
uyakwazi uzityisa. That is the main thing uVian faka yona. You can go anywhere in the world, but because you have a skill, you can feed yourself. I can fix computers and it.
Yeah, that's it.
Andiphelelanga apho. Uyabo? I can give you movies, I can give you ezinye izinto. Andiphelelanga. But one thing you have to get, ezinto ndizalanga nazo Lukhanyo. I had to find what are my strengths. So umntu xa ekupha iskill, they say, give a man fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish, you feed him for life. Mniki 10 rand ngoku uthi mothenga isonka uzomane ebuya pha ku next day. Lukhanyo awunayo 10 rand yesonka. Instead mfundise ba isonka sikhandwa njani. Uyayozityisa ngokwakhe.
Lawe iVi ithethayo ke thathayile ba le nto ifunayo ndinayo like bayongicela imali for 5 rand ndinayo 5 rand uyifunayo qalwe productive qala wenza into izabuya ininzi nalo phezu kwalo 5 rand.
Is uVi is teaching you guys value.
Nothing for mahanga.
Exactly. Because once emane kunika uzoba comfortable. Uzoba nalibasi kuVi uzanibane ninika le mali. Don't be comfortable. Kanti when teaches a skill, now uzokwazi uzenzela ngapha. Now ke ngoku igoal yakho is not getting 5 rand. Now you can get 50 bucks.
Yeah.
Now you can get 500. Yebo? But if value yakhe yanyuka, which is it goes back to le when ndikuxelela teach a man how to it's in the Bible. Jesus devote ngoku apha ku December fethu ndithenga iBhayibhile. Not because I'm a Christian. But because out yami iye yandixelela kuba ayi man funda iBhayibhile. Thina we are the chosen people thina abantu abamnyama kodwa siyazi loo nto. We are chosen thina, that is why we are going through the most. We can be able to handle le nhlupheko sikuyo because imight yachuza thina.
That's why Malema is fighting with white people.
White people fethu, it's another story for another day. We always argue about that. But like I always say, the first enemy of a black person is a black person. It's not a white person. Enemy yakhe yokuqala nguwe bra.
Omnyama kafuna ubona umuntu omnyama siya phambili.
Yebo?
Itsho pathathayi.
Just to close this off again, I keep on saying that abantu abenza umculo zizangoma. What does isangoma mean? You're healing people through vibrations. Yayibona ingoma usando icula MT isangoma. Yabo? Kuphi message to say kuba umuntu omnyama akafuna ubona umuntu omnyama esiya phambili. Yayibona la video kayena umjita ukubonisa istory sakhe. MT wayithengisa insango naye wayezama uthengisa iCD yakhe ebantwini bengafuna uyithenga. Dihlekiwe fethu ngabantu abaninzi but angena indawo because ubawo usebenza ngami. Aba bantu abazundisa kule ndawo ndifuna kuyo. Only God can.
Nami tathayila ngoku umuntu onhlekayo nami ndina la mentality bahasuka get away man.
Exactly. Ignore them. Quiet out the noise, my brother, because God is going to take you where you're supposed to go because utsho ngenhliziyo yakho. Kuthiwa, I took this from Eric Thomas. When you want it as badly as you want to breathe, then you will succeed. Impumelelo yakho ufuna ukuyifuna okwe-oxygen, yabo i-oxygen asikwazi uphila without yona, ufuna ukuphefumlile. Awukwazi ukuthi sometimes nqena man uyapha kuvi man. Because much later on uzophinda ulambe uphinde ucinge ntoni asikangeleka nento apha kuvi. Ubani okupreventayo? It's yourself. Akunokubambe ngobhongwane brother, because you are old enough now. You already have people abakuncedayo. Yo, US namhlanje ndibene ne-best friend yam. I was going through a lot these past few months, but yandikhumbuza laa tsotsi like sir, nobody is Thando. Do not forget that. Yeah, they can try all they can, but nobody is Thando. Nobody is you, Lukhanyo. Yeva bangakumonela bayizama uyikopi into yakho bayithini bayeke, and the truth doesn't belong to nobody mfethu. Yabo, I cannot say by excel Lukhanyo uthathe way yam. No, the way is here for the taking.
Yo, tell the way thetha njengovita thala.
Yeva, it's here for the taking. Ithathe fethu uziphilise. One day you're going to be sitting there with your family, because you are going to be a family man. You are going to be better, brother, because you chose to go to, let me go and seek out the people that are going to help me throughout this journey. And once they do, these people made me proud of who I am. Mighty faith, call upon mighty yakho faith. Uyakubona nala muntu uzothi xa uphuma udibane naye. Whatever situation you're going to be met with. That's why I said, tell this mountain to move, and it will move. Yabo? No. To those who are vibrating low, it's abayiboni bona, but ibonwa nguwe. God shows you your dream for a reason. How are you going to tell your dream to other people and think those people are going to support you? No, they're going to tell you to excel pambene when. They told Einstein the same thing. They told Mandela the same thing. Look at all these people who made the impossible. All of them. They told Suka uzophelela enhluphekweni wena. Uzophelela kwintoni. But the only difference about these people is they did not listen to any of those people. They listened to themselves and their God.
Tatela. Like in the previous episode, I know I record like explaining Jesus to small. I had to mascole and disachu Tatela. You see about Anwana? Poverty must be Tatela. But I'm telling you, Tatela. I like one day is gonna be a sample.
Yes.
I like Tatela. A grade 4 learner represents the whole school in town. Tatela.
Mighty sevens and share of it. Kutiwa. There's this thing called the lotus flower. You must go research that. The lotus flower grows in cabbage. But lotus flower has one of the most beautiful scents to smell.
True.
Lotus flower, when we perfume as guy. That boy is a lotus flower. You are a lotus flower. I'm a lotus flower. The environment I determine what determines is this. And the mighty fetu kaikphile fetu ikphile maji. Uyazinceda qha wena. And like you are saying, that boy is a somebody. Sendiyibona nale light in the future podcast. Even kwalapha ka grade 8. Yabo, defying the odds. Was umuntu wapha estratweni bona udoti. Nathi fethu sizidenge because asinxibi ngolhlobo.
Tatela ndiyabona nje abantu bemane beyenza le light, bemane bethuma ngapha nangapha. Benqona yo sendilindile uba indoda ngizathi le ntwana ngeyami le.
Exactly.
Khona zayenza into le light. Tatela people are taking advantage of the light.
Bajonge imeko yayo.
Tatela jonga the other day yakhumbula masela mina ndibetha abantwana bakaqosho. Danomsindo kanjani ngala mina Tatela. Ezilight bedlala nazo masixole abazange bazibethe yona bazona. Mana ngotya kubethu athi endlini kuma ngokubethu athi.
Awakhumbula ngokuba besenze action movie yap.
Tatela ngala mina kangena ulikho endlini umama yathi ehleli pha endlini. Izani nangu masixole yabethwa. tatshela ndimo somntu endlini qha kuphuma umawe memnyaka egeyithini yojonga kumanoliko qha xa ndimemnyango ke make yo bambambe ngengalo nangomlenze tatshela naphambana isemoyeni la light
chini
baba ibethikisa apha le grabile lapha kandamani apha kawani ebethikisa pa esantini.
You see, they pry on the defenseless.
La santini ineza glass yona nomsindo kanjani tatshela. That day I showed the whole area between one bar what I'm capable of.
Yes. Defend the ones who can't defend themselves. That boy is gonna forever remember that. Isabandala la light. And you must continue to do that. Because you would do it for your family as well. You would do it for that young boy. This is that we are faced with the people are always gonna pick on those who have nobody. Nathi buya iqaphela fethu abantu fethu bayazidalela kuthi.
Yeah.
Because asinamthetheleli. Akhozi nje zigogothayo apha.
Yilawe ethela ke ingicikayo ke manje mna. Kwenze ntoni lo muntu nje mzamenza lento wena? Thina usidalela why being a bully?
Exactly.
Why can't pick on someone on all sides?
Yes. Bayakhetha in a sense that sibekwa ki-categories. You must understand la nto ba abanye abantu fethu they put us in categories to say ba you are ubani weak. Kaloku thina fethu siyafundana, we are the human animal. Omnye umuntu got mad nxa inzitsho ndithi usisilwanyane usuyilibala loo nto. Hayi yintoni uzondixelela isilwanyane mna sunifanisa nemfene ndithi no andithanga ufana nemfene. Imfene fethu mna I believe ukuthi i-ancestor yethu qha thina we are the monkey that got advanced. Siphumile thina sesadlula kula phase yabona of being in the jungle, like sibe in survival mode. The mere fact that siyakwazi ucinga ngefuture, imfene ayikwazi ucinga loo nto. Other animals that are in the world don't think that. Bona ziyaphila, get their food, protect their young nento ezinjalo. Thina ingqondo yethu kaloku iye ya advance. Sorry. Remember, umzimba wakho has lived longer than your mind. Ingqondo into esisandoyifumana ngoku.
Esibukhula sure.
Siyangokhula because sidevelop zonke izinto, i-technology nendoni izinja kaloku and other animals. They don't think about shelter. They don't think about e-grant. They don't think about retirement and zonke ezo zinto. No. All they think about is just procreating, living as much as they can, protecting their young. And so on.
And bona they are doing a living cycle.
Yes. Yeah, bona. City aba fethu have actually complicated life. That's why ground yourself ngelinye ixesha uzikhumbuze ba you are the human animal. The animal instinct in you, yabona, said, I need to defend this cub, this young one. Masitole can't defend himself. But you were old and you said, I'm going to defend this boy. So, kakubukeli National Geographics ngelinye ixesha yabo. Xa sombukela National Geographics, you see how animals in the same pack, nje noba zi-lions, noba zi-cheetahs.
Hayi ndiyambukela 182 tathela. Ndandibukela when I was in grade 4, 5, 6, 2017 those years.
Which is you were exposed to land. Think human beings as that as well. We're always gonna try to pry on abo bangakwazi uzidefend. What happens? Uyakwencela kula moto iyanyuka kibhamba, boom,
Uyawa now.
nakuyawa uphuka umuntu onomhlathi.
Lawe ke tathela bomna I used to hike mos ngoxa sesikolweni. Yayibona lawe ingekenzeki emntwini. Yayibona ba i-chances zoba mandonzakale kanye mandife apha 99 or 98%.
You see, you are thinking like the human animal. Self-preservation qala. Preserve wena qala fethu, and enye into endiyibonileyo fethu iyanceda into yoba nguclever. Iyanceda into yongathandi yonke into. Like susifaka kwinto yonke fethu. Kwabantu abangafuna uphoso. Umuntu avithika aphothakale anganozocinga ngoku xa seyiphothakele ba hey I can ngithatha step back, and it's too late ngoku. Kaloku awucima nguclever wena for ezinto ezingazukusa phambili.
Into zirong.
Exactly fethu. So ncekelela esigela fethu. Stay in school, brother. Listen to your mother. Listen to your grandmother. Protect your family. Drink water. Plenty of water. Exercise.
Miss Fendi, hayi tathi. And then so ndimlibale lo miss.
Exactly. And don't forget the people that encourage you, that they were there for when. Because you could have listened to Abadoti, but a quitter is always gonna encourage you to quit. What am I doing? I'm saying, get empini baba. Ukuthi uhleli 12 years wangaqedi ngena empini baba. Because umvuzo ozawuthola from hanging on, it's much bigger than anything. The most important thing is you must be proud of yourself.
Umisamze bethe kum. Lukhanyo, you are smart. Ne? Look, Chong, if you can go to school, finish school, you get a better job. But don't tell me you're gonna go to school and then grade 10 you drop out. By grade 10, you're gonna work for these companies.
Yes, and you're gonna be a slave.
You're gonna end up working more working hours, late hours, and they're gonna pay you small money.
You're gonna get small money. It's because kaloku wena ungafuna ukunyamezela esigela ndithi. So unyamezela kunomvuzo fethu. You're gonna see that you're gonna become a man. Life and manhood especially is about nyamezela fethu. Even when the situations are saying give up, bengazu give up, because once you give up, you are giving up on yourself. Don't ever give up on you, fethu. Let's shut this thing down. Libele no buy low shedding at 10 o'clock. I'm quite appreciative for the way that you actually did for me. But yabo, asibisanga ngombani because he record. Yabo mabehleli the computer festivele ngalondo. Emnyiwa ngoku sathi you're recording yamba. Nendoni because we live in South Africa, yabona lawe. But I'm actually thankful for you, brother, man. We're gonna do this again and again and again and again and again and again.
Once again.
Because we are offering value for it. Yeah, boy, it's an hour and 14 minutes. Been 2 hours. Because that's what I hour and 45 minutes. Send the upload the puma 20 December. Which means that you see you can prepare for the future. Kaloku mna dia editor banqibile di schedule lindimin qaba mayifike qi alamin ya ifana ne-episode yakho nitenza ifake izolo ndithi ndifake izolo 12 o'clock hey dalibala ngekora past espan hey kanene because ekseni unibonile ndabhala lawe ba ekse 12 p.m. izoba live kanti ekse much later on ngoku ndiyacinga after ndiziphakiti man sanogqiba ucanda phan hey hayi man kanene I need to put out the links aleway boom let's go hayo. Don't ever forget to make PDSA ne friend yami yangichazela loo nto kuba ekuse noba usifumene saspan sulibala intoni yangiqhuba i-podcast vethu qhubekeka vethu yabo ngabantu abakuthandayo yabo uthi thando noba bayigethi ngoku khona bazayigetha in 10 years to come yabo ayikho kuwe laa nto ukuthi umntu arealize okanye ayigethe but it's on them ababona ivalue ngoku bayeke wena put your head down, continue ngomsebenzi wakho, but I'm grateful enkosi vethu. Lukhanyo Mazokwe, this was a very amazing episode for us to do plenty and plenty more of this nature, man. May the Almighty bless you. And I just want goodwill vethu to come into your life. And also understand that I'm here for you vethu. I'm here throughout this journey. And I'm learning a lot as well from your story as well.
Sure, that is.
And I have this tendency of telling people about the people that are in my life, the podcast and everything. Yabo andukuzisanga apha fethu because ndifuna unyusa numbers no, it's because I'm actually interested in you and ndiyakubona nawe uba interested fethu kule ndiyenzayo yabo. So I have to keep you guys in mind kuyo yonke into endiyenzayo kuba someone gets value from this.
Sure.
Awuye fethu enkosi.